Greetings, Capricorns.
Hi, Cap.
It's your turn to do a little bit of crazy green with Ozzy with us this week. And hopefully we may, you know what, I think a lot of people, when they start watching and start realizing that they're getting true messaging, they start kind of doing cross-watching a little bit. And so if this is your main sign, I keep being reminded, why am I not telling people out there that, you know what, if it doesn't seem like it's your message, it's probably because it's somewhere on one of the other, check your other placements. And if you don't know what your placements are, go to astralcafe.com. I believe it's astralcafe.com, and they'll actually give you the reading for all of your signs, all of your placements. All right.
All right, I'm ready.
Okie doke. Let's pull a 5 for Cap.
Bam.
All right, we got Cap. Somebody's blocking Cap, fighting with Cap. We got people fighting or blocking, and you pulled this in the upright, right?
Yes, I
okay,
did.
so this might be some active fighting going on. All right, can we have Ozzy tell us what is the overarching energy, major arcana? Man, I don't think I even realized how smart that guy was, even alive. I mean, I don't know if you've done any of our Aussie stuff, looked at it or not, but when Stace opened up his Aussie cards, for one thing, these are now collector's items, and they're going to cost you easily $200 or more, but they're only the major arcana. So, He didn't draw any of the minor arcana. And we looked at this the very first time as we were just getting started. We were like, "What? Where are the minor arcana?" Well, actually, if you think about it, Ozzy, if you think about his songs and the things that he did while alive, he was all about as above. So I think he understood a whole hell of a lot more than what people maybe realize he understood. Unless they were very, very, very close to him, yeah?
Flying high again.
Yes, flying high again. All right, so we have somebody that has been actively fighting or blocked from something that is now taking on a fool's journey, a brand new journey. Okay? All right. So, all right, Spirit, can you please tell us about these Capricorns that have been fighting and what this new journey? Tell us about the Fool.
Fighting 5 fools.
Yeah, maybe you're fighting 5 fools.
Well,
No clue.
makes
We
sense
won't
to me.
know. We won't know until we.
Fighting 5 fools. That's all you said.
Lord, they're all the way back here. There it is, right there.
Very good.
Okay, this is a Page of Wands that wants an Ace of Cups. So we've got someone a little bit on the younger side, maybe a younger Gen Xer, that wants a new cup of love. Okay. Anything else from this set? Might be the new journey. Maybe it's causing some fighting. Maybe some people don't like their, here we go, right here, right here. They want a Queen of Cups. This is somebody that's actually, oh, okay. I'm being told to say this is somebody that wants a new cup of love. It's not about really that you're on the younger side. It's just that you are pulling from younger energy. Well, that's a Gen X thing. We believe ourselves to be, I mean, all the kids tell us that we are older and reassure us about our age these days, but right here, yeah, they don't care who it offends. They going on it anyway, and they get into it expeditiously. Okay, I like that. All of the kids reassure us, the millennials, the Zeds in particular, reassure us that it's only in our minds that we're youthful, but They don't know how wildly youthful we still are in our own minds, right? Okay, I like this. So we have a Capricorn who feels very youthful. I take this as you're getting a new pep in your step, okay? You remembering that youthfulness. I actually want to clarify. I'm really going back and forth here. I want to clarify. I kind of feel like we see what journey they're going on, but I still want to just clarify a little bit more about the Ace of Cups for you. Let me tell you whether or not you're gonna move a little closer to that Queen of Cups, okay? So I'll kind of pull these two together. I can see what you want, and you're getting the pep in your step, and you're fixing to do it. You don't care who part of us, you know, we just don't give a shit if it offends somebody else. But let's see if you're doing it the right way, maybe, perhaps. So, okay. Tell us about the Ace of Cups, please. Woo! What you don't see? Yeah. This is what's crossing you. So I can see why you've got the wands, why the fighting. So the energy that is crossing you is the Four of Cups. That's typically somebody trying to hold on to something, but there's an insistence on your end that no, I'm getting that new Ace of Cups. So this might be somebody that's on an exit from one and rolling on into the other. Anything else, Spirit? So your pentacles are definitely going to go into the upside down, and it's the Queen of Swords you're putting into the upside down. So yes, this is somebody that's rolling out of one and into another. So when we go through divorce, Cap, when we go into divorce situations, this should be a no-brainer. When by the time you're our age, you know your pentacles are going to go upside down. Looks to me like you are exiting a Queen of Swords. So somebody that's more energetic, more air energy related, because you want something more loving. So I'm really going to ask the Kipperish to make sure we're doing it the right way. Let's see this just through for you. Yes, because you want to go into, this is in the upright. You want to move into something that's calmer waters. So whoever you are exiting, you feel like you don't have calmness in either almost out the door or they're out the door and you're doing things a little differently now. Wow. We're really getting some intensive reads for our collective. I mean, it makes sense. We're middle-aged. We're mid-age. When you come online, and a lot of folk that do awakenings are often mid-age, especially for the older generations. It's the youngins that are very aware of who they are, that have come in much more aware of who they are and didn't have to take to mid-age.
Yeah, just to clarify that, at work, Ben and this other boy, Troy, they're in their early 20s, and they kind of look at me and they're like, "You're old."
Yeah. Yeah, they
So
truly believe we are just like
wow,
as
thank
if
you.
we're the most, and they didn't even see our grandparents that were this, like our grandparents highly looked like, you could tell, oh man, that's a really, really, really,
Yeah.
like they had the really bad wrinkles, but they were all smokers and, had survived World War II and were just, for us in our minds, we're like, dude, we still look pretty and feel pretty youthful. This is somebody, I'm showing faith. I don't want to say more about this yet until I get a little more from the Kipperish. I have a feeling of what it's going to be, but
Gotta
I'm...
have faith.
Yeah. Just got to have faith. Yeah, gotta have faith.
The great George Michael.
Yes, I almost know what I want to say about this, but I need a little bit more clarification. So I know what I hear it say, but I want to say yes. Okay. So give me a second. This will come through here in a minute. I feel it. Yes. Okay. So This is yet another blowing up person you are coming out of. You are coming out of, I'm going to take these two, okay? This is part of what you typically think of. I want to make sure I say this right. This is somebody who has been active in the traditional religions, and they see what they do in the traditional religions as very serious, very like as if it's an occupation. Now, I think if you work in the traditional religions, unless like a church is paying you or something like that, you know, this could be somebody that gives lectures, preaches something like this. This is what I'm being saying, just told yes, yes, yes. They are moving out of a former relationship that is also heavily tied here, okay? This is very painful for you. You know you're going to be walking away from this. I don't think it's so much that they don't, I mean, because we're always all connected to spirit. I think that this has something to do with a relationship that they're letting go of, a personal relationship that is also tied to this religion. So, Spirit's saying yes. This is somebody that's very, very, very unhappy with a relationship piece that is also for them tied to the faith piece with the soon-to-be exited spouse is also highly tied to this person. So, very interesting. Anything else on Kipperish? It's a very painful breakup. This is a very, yes, but they feel manipulated. There's manipulation involved in this, and this person is not, I'm being told to say this person just isn't willing to be blind anymore. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was blind, but now I see. This is what Spirit is telling you. Now I see. So this is going to be very painful, and this is like literally at the start for this person too. Interesting. Anything else, Spirit? No. The Spirit is saying this person is going to know exactly who they are as soon as they receive this message. There is a connection between what this person is putting on the exit and what they were doing with their significant other, whether it be that they were married, situationship, yes. Spirit is like, yes, yes, yes. But the exit that's happening is happening because the person that's generating this, that's garnering this, the Capricorn person that is garnering this is doing this because with the significant other, they do recognize and realize that there is manipulation going on. And I am being told for sure it is somebody that is like in the traditional religions, in the traditional sense, is what they mean, is what Spirit is saying. It's somebody that is exiting. They want something new. They want something new. They want something that makes them feel at peace with who they are. They don't want fighting anymore. They want to lay all of that down. They're feeling like there's like a lot of it is all interrelated and intertwined. Wow. Somebody is likely exiting a traditional religion. But I don't think that everybody that's in traditional religions are necessarily asleep per se. Eventually, if now I see, this is somebody that recognizes that community and divinity, what they're catching and what they're understanding is that community and divinity all start within the gifts that we were each given. it flows through them first and foremost, and they do want a new cup of love. They are exiting an old relationship that is all interconnected and tied to this. And I think this is somebody, actually I know this is, yes, I know this is, maybe they were a pastor.
I'm saying a pastor.
That's what I think. I think they were either a pastor or they were some kind of
Deacon.
somebody, deacon, something like this, that they held a position inside of the church. But all of it's connected to, yeah, I think so. I think so. And this is definitely from our generation. I can feel from our generation, literally.
Wake up train.
Yep. And it's going to be painful for both of you. I'm being told to say it'll be painful for both of you, not just you, but them too. Of course it puts your pentacles in the upside down. Of course it does. Anytime you divorce, you have to do a separation. So, but it's causing conflict and fighting. Like, people are not in agreement with this, but at the end of the day, we are each responsible for our own awakening. Spirit will let us know as we each shift and make our own awakenings. It's something that happened to me too. I mean, I wasn't asking for it, and all of a sudden you just start getting shaken and awakened. That's how this works.
Shaken baby.
Wow. Okay, let me go ahead and get sacred woundings. This one is just like kind of bowling me over. All right, sacred woundings, please, for the Capricorn. This one is so, you know what? I say they're all interesting, but just to see that we have people coming through on our downline that we weren't expecting is really cool. Emotional repression. Yes, and I'm saying that's it on this one. Stop right there. It says everything. Everything it says. This is exactly precisely what this person is trying to get out of, and why. This is the why, I'm being told. Yes, baby. Will show up as difficulty expressing or acknowledging your emotions, leading to numbness, frustration, or sudden emotional outbursts. It may manifest as a tendency to suppress feelings, avoid confronting emotional pain, or a fear of vulnerability, often resulting in internalized stress and unresolved emotional issues. This is the why. Spirit is saying to tell you, this is the why you're making this exit. You want this. You want peace. You want calmness, and you're not getting it. Right now, what you're getting is a lot of in-house fighting and people trying to dissuade you from doing what you know you're about to do. That's wild. Okay, but you feel staying in this type of setting is causing you emotional pain. You feel manipulated. You feel like you are perhaps manipulating, I'm being told. Spirit says to tell you, whoever this is for, that I want to make sure I'm saying this the right kind of way. Yes, Burner by Megadeth. A Megadeth. That's a Megadeth. Yes.
That's what I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
London magazine.
Yes, I think he's right. I think it's somebody that holds very traditional. Thank you for that, babe. This message is kind of hard for me to deliver because, you know, Stace and I don't typically go after. We understand why people are still in these more traditional things, and they've been around and they've helped and they've comforted and they've guided people for many, 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 many centuries now, right?
Yeah.
You're right. It's like one of the hardest hitting. It's one of the hardest things to do when you come from, Stace and I just don't believe in strong right or strong left. We think anything that's trying to manipulate people is never good. But this is a hard awakening right here This is somebody hard awakening. And they're starting to feel like where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm working, and the messaging. Like what I'm seeing is that there's, you know how you said like preacher, pastor, like as if they're being fed lines to say during services, things like that, that, you know, from I'm seeing and hearing the word elders, like as if elders are telling them, well, this is what you have to say. And so as this person steps away, and like he said, you know, it could be also a MAGA, like whoever is doing this hard awakening is saying no. It is basically saying no. It's a no, and it's literally causing them to say goodbye to a relationship situation too. Like their significant other that they've had maybe for forever and a day, they're saying bye to, because the other doesn't want it. The other crossing the line, this lady, this person right here, doesn't want this ending. But the other in the situation that's leaving this behind as a job is saying, I'm not willing to go by scripted stuff. I'm not willing to do scripted kind of things anymore. I don't know. That's such a hard, weird message for me to have to deliver, and I just wanted to make sure I said that in the right kind of way, and I just keep hearing yes, yes, yes.
As for Motley Crue, theater of pain.
Theater of pain, yeah. Somebody's not willing to participate in it.
Yep, no longer.
Yeah, Spirit keeps saying, to tell whoever this is, I once was lost, but now I see. Okay? Spirit says this person's been able to see for a minute, and they're just now acting on I see. Okay? Ooh, okay,
Wow,
baby. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, then hopefully this will definitely make sense to this Capricorn as well. All right. So this is, welcome, by the way. Welcome to whoever this is. This is the Illuminati card.
What does that say?
Alien helpers.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Wow.
A group of benevolent extraterrestrial beings wishes to offer assistance to humanity. Could they provide the advanced technology and wisdom to heal our battered planet? Just a question for you, Cap. But Spirit says, hang in.
Hang in there.
What Spirit is saying is, this Cap
Hanging in the balance.
feels like where they're currently at, they are the alien. They are the alien. Because this seems so fucking foreign to them now, and they're like, why the fuck did I ever put myself in this? Yeah. They want out. Whoever this is, they want out. And again, we're not willing to put out. We're not willing to put out. We're not willing to put down on any particular religion or anything like that. But this person is just making a step out in a way. That's so interesting.
Wow.
Okay. No. We need one of these.
We need one of these?
I was so thrown off by this message that I'm forgetting where I'm at. This one is blowing my fucking mind today. Yep, I kind of figured. That would have been what I would have grabbed too.
Yeah.
So, heaven and hell, that would make sense to us. Whatever message he pulls is, I'm already being told, he's going to be given what you need to hear to confirm for you that you are making the right step for yourself. You do feel very alien in this location with this group of people, with this collective that you're currently in. You just don't want it anymore. This Cap does not want that anymore. Wants out of traditional religions, and it is causing fighting. I'm hearing for more than just the significant other. It's with the kids too. It's causing fighting with the kids. And side taking. There's side taking going on here. Okay.
All right.
All right, baby.
All right, here you go.
All right. 64, Mihail. Restoration of life. Mihail. You got Mihail. And that is actually an angel number. 64. So 6 and 4 is 10. You're spinning the wheel. They're spinning the wheel, babe.
Oh, okay.
They're getting ready to take a spin at the wheel. Mihail. The vivifying God. It says to tell you, Psalms 33:18, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him. Okay? Upon them that hope in his mercy. Those born under Mihail's influence distinguish themselves in literature. Mihail fights against your adversaries, protects against rabbis and wild beasts, and governs, rabies. I was like, rabbis, no. Rabies, pardon me. Rabies and wild beasts, and governs savants, professors, and orators. So, like I said, this was somebody that thought of this, orators. You were giving messages inside of a traditional religion, weren't you? Inside of a traditional church or something that people considered. You were an orator. That was part of your job. You feel that there was manipulation. Okay, it says that these are sole guardians of those born between 9 a.m. and 9:20 p.m. You are a moral guardian of those born on May 22nd, August 2nd, October 13th, December 24th, or March 6th. You are the physical guardian of those born between January 29th and February 2nd. Okay. All right. Do we want to pull some?
That was powerful.
That was very powerful. I'm sorry. I'll roll the die. Hopefully this will maybe. Somebody is stepping out of a traditional religion, and it is causing some hell fights for them. All right. You've got a Sag connection. We've got the number 8, 4, and then I always have to flip for this one. This one is the, oh, that's Mercury. No, that is not Mercury. Pluto, that's Pluto. Regeneration and transformation, that's happening for whoever this is. You are transforming. We could have somebody that has a kid born in 94. We could have somebody with a kid that was born in, that is now 18, I'm being told to say. Fours are very significant for this person. The number 12 is as well, as is the number 16. So your yoga die suggests that you play with the pet. Do you have a favorite dog, cat? I feel like this is a dog person. I don't know why. This is a dog person. You love dogs. Okay. All right. Play with your pets. Okay, that's going to be helpful when you feel like sides are being taken. Our animals just love us regardless. Okay. Wild. You also got the 00, meaning you're making it happen regardless.
Is that a reset?
That's a reset.
Yeah.
That's a reset. Somebody is doing a full-on reset away from and into something different. Yeah. All right. And get some Trinky charms, and then we are going to go ahead and get this reading out to our Capricorn collective here. All right, you could have an A or an R either connected to you, or that's, maybe a couple of the parts in your name. Somebody has a strong Scorp connection here. And oh, what did I say? I said I feel like this is a dog person. And sure enough, you're a dog person. So play with your dog. Dogs love us no matter what. Even when all hell is breaking loose, dogs are so loyal. This is somebody who also oddly has some connection to a gymnast. So, somebody that maybe has a kid that does gymnastics, or maybe you do gymnastics, or you did gymnastics, I'm not sure. Or you're very, flexible and coordinated. Your tree of life is going into the sideways here. You recognize that regardless, you're going to have to make major changes. That's the decision this person has made. And then just, Spirit reminds you that eventually you're going to be healing those roots. We've got literally somebody who, to me it feels like you've got two different sides, and I'm saying the children, they're doing this. One is on one parent side, one or some are on one parent's side, and then one or some are on the other parent's side. I guess maybe it's whoever they feel closest to. You feel like your star is going sideways, and it may be, but it will come back up because this is something that you're being called to do. That's what I'm being told. The heart's in reverse. You are definitely moving away from an actual relationship that's tied to all of this. This is interesting. And you're no longer celebrating with that significant other. These are cups of love. This was reversed and flipped completely the wrong way. So this is somebody that's getting ready to do divorcing energy. And it's related to... It is related for this cap to, they feel the messaging where they're at with whoever they're connected to, whatever this traditional religion is, that there's manipulation going on through it, and that I'm literally seeing Spirit say they're being like force-fed messaging weekly, and that doesn't feel right or authentic to this person. So, okay, so you pulled a chakra. The throat chakra. Do we not say orator? Yes. You are healing. As you're doing this and you're changing what you're doing, you are literally in the middle of trying to heal your throat chakra. You want to tell authentic truths to people. You want to be able to stand inside of your own authenticity. And that does often involve healing the throat chakra. All right, we hope that this helps, Cap. We love you.
Lots of love.
Yes, love all of you. We hope that this helps.
Blessing.